Welcome back to another product review. If you've already watched my last video, the sugar paste review, thank you so much. If you haven't, then head over there because there's a really cool demonstration of how that product actually works. I was super impressed and wasn't expecting to be. So if you haven't already tried the sugar paste and you want to get an idea about what all the fuss is about, then definitely check out that video. But today's video is about comparing sugar florist paste, also known as gum paste. And in the UK, so if you are watching this video and you're not in the UK, when I'm talking about sugar florist paste, I'm talking about the paste that we use to make sugar flowers specifically. That will always be a little bit firmer in texture and it will dry up a lot quicker, and you should be able to use it to wire petals and secure a whole bloom together. So in this video I have actually compared two different gum paste on pretty much the same project to see how they hold up, and I must admit I was actually very impressed with both of them. So today we are looking at the pasta bouquet. I probably murdered how I said that. So this is Saracino's Italian brand gum paste or sugar florist paste. If there's anyone Italian watching this, I'm very sorry for my pronunciation, but that's quite widely available across the UK, Europe and other countries. And then also we have Smart Flex. I'm not too sure where Smart Flex originates from, but again, this has been made for quite humid environments or if you have very hot, warm hands. I used both gum paste on the same project to get the best comparison, and I'll show you some footage of each of those flowers and give you my review. So the flower that I made in this project was this poinsettia flower. You can see every petal has been wired. I have added curls, I've made it very detailed, I've used an impression mat. So we've really kind of gone to town on this flower to really push these gum pastes to their limit. On a side note, if you would love to learn how to make this really beautiful bloom, especially ready for the festive season that is Christmas, you can head over to Skillshare now. I'll post the link below and you'll get 2 months free membership. You don't have to pay anything at all and you can watch this tutorial for free. But of course you can also sign up to the yearly membership where you'll have access to all my sugar flower classes as I release them throughout the year. Now, to create this poinsettia flower, I used the Smart Flex Florist paste. And what was really fantastic about this sugar florist paste is that it didn't dry out very quickly. Now, I traditionally always use Squire's Kitchen sugar florist paste, which you need to be so quick with that gum paste when you're using it, and make sure you're rolling that out, cutting those flowers, and if you're not using those petals or leaves straight away, you need to seal that. It dries out super fast. But the amazing thing is you can roll them out paper thin and they look really realistic. So with Smart Flex, I did the same thing. I rolled it out really thinly and was just a little bit lazy and didn't cover the paste as I was going. And actually what was really fantastic is it didn't dry out. The fact it didn't dry out made me think it would take longer to set, but the flowers sat out for probably 8 to 10 hours and each petal was really dry and I could start working and assembling that flower together. So I think Smart Flex is really great if you're a beginner or you're a little bit of a slow worker, because it just gives you plenty of time to make each petal, texture it and not worry about the paste drying out too quickly, but you still get a really beautiful finish. I mean, I can't believe I managed to achieve this flower with a different gum paste to what I'm used to using. I would have always gone for the Squire's Kitchen sugar florist paste to make a flower as detailed as this, but Smart Flex achieved exactly the same thing. So Smart Flex, really happy, really loved the product. Easy to work with, easy to roll out, and really simple to colour also. The Saracino sugar florist paste brand was equally as impressive. It was a little firmer and I would say this Florist paste dried out quicker. So the same thing, you didn't really have to worry about covering it too much while you were working, but once those leaves were wired, I would say they maybe only took about 6 to 7 hours to set up hard, and then you could start colouring those with your petal dust and assembling your flower also. With this Florist paste, I made the pink poinsettia version that you can see here, doing exactly the same thing, wiring each petal, rolling it out equally as thin, and then using my impression mat, my ball tool, and then sending these out to dry. If I'm totally honest, I really can't say there was a big difference between Smartflex and the Saracino brand. I think they were equally as impressive, and as you know, I run a business, so my only comparison now would be price. Which brand do I think is more affordable, costs me less money, but gives me such a beautiful finish and effect and achieves what I'm after in my sugar flower work? So the next thing is just to look at the numbers. Let's look at prices. So Smartflex is actually quite a bit cheaper. I've looked on the Vanilla Valley website in the UK, and it's selling for $1.99 for 250 grams. Whereas our Saracino Pasta Bouquet is actually selling for $3.95, so it's a little bit more expensive. So definitely, if we're going on price, I would love Smartflex. I would definitely go for Smartflex. It's cheaper and creates a really fantastic looking flower. If you're a beginner and if you have very warm hands, Smartflex is definitely a good recommendation. I actually think that I would give Smartflex to my students to practice on, because I've had students in the past where I've given them the Squire's Kitchen Sugar Florist paste and they could not work quick enough, and they were more and more stressed because their flowers were just tearing and they looked really brittle and they hadn't even added half the details that they wanted to add. So Smartflex is definitely my winner today. Thank you for watching. If you liked this review, you know the drill, thumbs up, and if you want to see more sugar paste and cake product tutorials and reviews, etc., then hit the subscribe button and that little notification bell below. As always, I want to hear from you guys. I want to know what it is that you're working on, what projects you need help with, and basically what tutorials you would like me to put out there. Also, if there's some products that you really love and you think I need to try them, feel free to put suggestions below.